Vella. I just want to get this is just a quick reaction video. What do you think about, because there was a good spate of people on Vella writers who were talking about, that they were disappointed with their royalties and are going to quit Vella.
Go ahead.
Do you think that's
Yeah.
would you do that, or how do you think it'll affect the Vella community, or will it affect the Vella community much?
Or for the people who are still writing, that makes the pool of people to divide up the bonuses smaller. Could be a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
don't let the door hit you.
Yeah.
If the work that they're doing is not all that, which may be why they're not getting reads, that improves the herd, so to speak.
Or if they're one of those writers that wants the mountain to come to Muhammad, and they're not marketing their stuff, then if you're sitting around and you've got 30 episodes of a story up and you've only got 22 reads, that's not anybody else's fault other than yours. Plain and simple. There's a flavor of ice cream for everybody, and if you go out and you find the people that like your flavor, then they're going to come in and read. But you've got to go out and find it. No, I'm shifting right now, but I mean, this is always an experiment with me. I'm shifting my priorities. Vella is going to become less of what I'm doing in a month now. I'm shifting things more toward KDP and things like that, and I'm going to be diversifying on other platforms. But I mean, getting like a bonus check every month is good, and that's good income to do other things. Definitely. I would. Why do that? Why walk away from, even if it's just $50 or $60 a month? Why walk away from money that you know is going to come in?
So, Lewis, I saw one person post. You're going to love this. They said they're pulling all of their stuff off of Vella, putting it all on Wattpad and maybe one other free platform, and they're going to put Patreon links because they're going to try to get people to donate money to them through these free platforms rather than having on Vella, because Vella's not paying them enough.
I haven't heard of anybody getting rich off of Patreon, but good luck. And Wattpad's a cesspool. You want to take your filet mignon and throw it onto a trash heap, you go right ahead. Plain and simple. I have no desire to mince words on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
The people I know who are doing well on Patreon are putting out a lot of content on Patreon for their people.
And they're also people who have already built their machinery, and they've got people coming in. You don't just start a Patreon with no fans. You develop a fan base first, and then you start a Patreon. Exactly.
What were you going to say, Charlotte? You said you know people that have used Patreon?
The person I know who's doing this is John Hartness. And if you guys don't know who John Hartness is, you need to go from the Falstaff books. Because he is a marketing machine. I mean, he turns out, I think he publishes a novella a month and 3 or 4 other people's stuff. He's got about 5 or 6 people that he works with all the time. And he blogs their stuff everywhere. He's, and he has a Patreon, but he's got stuff that he only puts on Patreon, and you have to pay him to read it. But you get, cover releases and that kind of stuff too. And but he's out there hammering it all the time. That's what he does. So that's what you have to do, as near as I can tell. It's the name of the game.
He has a really Lovecraftian last name too. That's pretty awesome. Hartness.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's a great name. Yeah, I've met him at a con before. He was pretty cool.
Yeah, he's my favorites of his stories is Bubba the Monster Hunter, and Bubba.
I think I've read that.
Yeah, he's and he is Bubba. I mean, he's about 6'6", and he weighs at least as much as I do. And
does he wear overalls? Please tell me he wears overalls.
Probably on occasion, but I've never actually seen him in overalls.
Oh, that's a shame. He's wasted.
He's from overall country, though, I tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one other thing I was thinking about too is obviously, if readers are leaving the platform, that's one thing. But to me, it does that. At least you have to appreciate the logic that if the people that are leaving Vella are the people that are getting the lowest of royalties, then by default, then those stories are being read less than other stories. So in theory, I think it's, some writers have been kind of doom and gloom about it, like, oh, all these writers are leaving Vella, so that must mean the ecosystem of Vella is going to dry up or, is doomed. But I kind of feel like I don't tend to necessarily feel like panicking about anything like that.
No, I'm going to at least stick around for another year or two. Amazon's eventually going to figure out how to market this to people. And when they start marketing it properly, this is going to blow up just like ebooks did. We were
just like the original Kindle store did.
Right. We were all saying back in the day, those of us that were in on the e-zine revolution, we were all like, oh, ebooks are the future. And everyone's laughing at us. I like my book smell. Those idiots. And they're either all dead or they switched over to ebooks eventually. And that's where we are. So, I mean, this is going to be the way to do it. People have less time to just sit down and read. They read on the go. Little bite-sized chapters are going to be perfect for people going forward. And we have an opportunity to convince people that don't read a lot to start reading. And you do it in these little bite-sized chunks. And the moment Amazon can figure out how to put all that together, it's going to blow up. And I am not going to just walk away from a potential cash cow. I'm just not.
I'm kind of like my philosophy. My approach is I think I'm going to be writing on Vella until someone turns the lights out.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the downside?
There is no downside. Again, I have been trying. I've written all of these novel fragments over the 30 years that I've been doing this. I have tons and tons of novel fragments that I'm like, I start writing. I'm like, no, this isn't the right book to write right now. But off to the side, I start another one. No, this one isn't needed. And now I'm like, I can just do whatever I want. I'm putting these novel fragments up and I'm finishing books. That is an amazing thing unto itself. Yeah.
And that's sort of the unsung heroics of Kindle Vella, is the fact that how many stories have we all completed that would never have got completed otherwise?
Right.
Yeah.
All of them. Everything that's on Vella is something that I never finished or completely rewrote from something that I couldn't use it like it was because I didn't own the world. You know which world I'm talking about. All of it. I made more money from Vella the first month I was up with 4 episodes for Crystal and Four. I made $26. That was more money than I made on Amazon in the last 5 years. Do I like Vella? Oh, hell yes.
Yeah. I told my wife yesterday, I'm going to milk this cow until there's nothing but dust coming out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amen to that. Well, that's okay.
Yeah, it's